guys, welcome to new MasterThatRiff. I'm going to show you how to play the riff to Can't Stop by the Chili Peppers. A little bit of Frusciante magic. I'm in standard tuning for this. Obviously, you know, Frusciante, big Strat player, I'm using Strat here, but as long as you've got a kind of nice kind of spanky sound, I'm using the bridge pickup here, so the notes kind of really pop. The lead in to the riff is an 8-bar kind of sequence that's this crescendo, and it's just 2 notes. It's what builds the tension. And the notes that I'm playing are 5th fret A string, 7th fret D string. This whole thing is in E minor pretty much. So basically you're playing like the flat 7 in the root note just to kind of build it up. Now what we're playing here is this 5/7 4 times a bar. The 4th time you cut the rhythm short, so it's not sustaining. All the other times when you play the 7, you're letting it ring, and there's a little bit of vibrato on there, even maybe like a mini bend. Yeah. Now the thing about that is you need to start really quiet to build up this crescendo, so really light with the pick attack. Yeah, and just gradually increase the kind of volume as you get near to the riff with those 8 bars. The first 4 bars is just that 5/7. In the 5th bar, there's a little variation, which sounds like that. What we're doing there is we do 5/7, then we do 5/7 again, but there's a little bend up and down, and then we play 5/7 again, so that slowly sounds like this. Now we're sustaining on that 7, we pull off to 5th fret, then I'm going to play 7 in the E, 7 in the A, and then 5/7 again. So you have this little, just this little quiet kind of filled little variation. The remaining 3 bars before we get to the riff is just back to your 5/7 again. But you're building up the volume now. Hit the string harder, really begin to mean it. Yeah? And then the riff starts. So what I'll do is I'll talk about the notes that have been played here, and then why this riff is kind of not as simple as you think. So note wise, I'm going to be playing this constant little 7/9 on the G string. So 7th fret that G string, 9th fret the G string. And what we do is we change the bass note before we play that every time. First off, we start with 7th fret the A string, so the E root note. Yeah, and then it's 7/9 on the G string. Then we got an open D string. Yeah, just that flat 7. Then we have B. So 7th fret the E string, and then C, which is 8th fret the E string. Yeah, that's your basic notes that we're playing. What makes this really tricky is the rhythm and the way it's being played relies a lot on left-hand muting. This is a big part of Frusciante's playing, and if you're not used to kind of playing this sort of style, it can be quite tricky at first, or almost seem like some weird kind of art. Really, when you're playing a lot of funky kind of strummy styles, if you just want one note to pop out, all the other strings are pretty much being muted or being controlled in one way, so you can hit all strings but that one note pops out. So to practice this, what you could do is take your first finger and play 7th fret the G string. Now the underside of that finger is going to be muting the B and the E strings there. Yeah. Then almost the tip of the finger can be controlling the D string, and then your thumb can be wrapped around here just to kind of control the E and A strings, but don't fret it down. You know, the point about this is the strings are being deadened, they're not being fretted. This is the awkward thing about this riff. Most of the times when you're doing these sort of things, it was an octave shape, you're close to the strings that you're muting with the fingers. There's no open strings. This riff, you've got a big jump between your thumb coming over to the bass strings and your first finger in the G string, plus at one point we play an open D string, which makes it just a little bit trickier. So the first little bar sounds like this. Okay, so to play the bass note and the little melodic phrase, we have to do something a little bit awkward here. I'm going to play the 7 in the A string with the first finger. Then when I do my 7/9 in the G string, I'm using my second and fourth finger. I thought that maybe Frusciante might be using his thumb to play this, which makes it even harder. But I checked some live footage and you can see he's using his first finger there, which is, you know, better than using a thumb, I guess. So, but what you're doing rhythmically here is you're going to hit that 7 down up. Now, when I hit the down up, I'm not doing picking it like that. I'm actually kind of doing a full motion. So when I'm playing that, I'm muting the strings underneath with the first finger. Obviously my second finger's here. And the tip of the finger might be hitting the E string. So when I hit it, I can be a little bit wilder and a bit more kind of bigger movements with the strum motion to hit the note. Yeah. Then when I do the 7/9 on the G string, I'm going to do these both with downstrokes because these notes really pop out, so you want to give it a good bit of oomph. Yeah, watch out for the open strings there, like I got. When I do that bit there, the middle finger should be controlling the B string. Okay, then once I've done that, I'm then going to do basically down, up, down on the 7th fret A string again. Yeah, then that means the 7/9 is going to be starting on an upstroke, and this is what gives it the kind of little funk rhythm here. When I do the upstroke, hitting the 7th fret of the G string, then do a down, but I'm kind of muting the strings, so it's like, and then upstroke again in the 9. So this is what changes between the first part where you're doing on the beat with downstrokes, then you switch to upstrokes, yeah, and then the 7th fret again we play with an up, down, up, yeah. So slowly that goes, yeah, and then when you're playing it, you can make these movements much bigger, but of course that puts a lot more pressure on your left hand muting. Yeah, so from here we then change to the open D string, and this is what's awkward about this riff. Because it's an open string, you can't control it with a finger. You know, it's ringing open, so you have to watch out here that when you hit that D string, that you don't have these strings ringing out as well. So the thumb over the top helps to control these bass strings, and you can kind of hit it. Yeah. So I hit that same rhythm as I did with the 7/9 here, open D string, downstroke, 7/9, downstroke. Then I play the D string, down, up, down again. Then I have my up, down, up on the 7/9. Just the same as I did with the first bar. And then basically you'd play the D string up, down, up again, but in the recording you can hear it kind of hits the first finger in the G string. This shows you why we're playing this kind of strum kind of pattern. That you're going to hit other notes, but it doesn't really, you know, detract from what's going on with the riff. So basically you kind of hit the D string, but you might hit the 7th fret of that G string with your first finger. So open D string, up, down, up. Yeah. So that second bar goes like this. Then we move to 7th fret D string. So my thumb plays this B here because I'm already in this kind of hand position and it's muting. Same rhythm, down on the E string, 7th fret, 7/9 in the G string. Then I have my 7 on the E string again with down, up, down. Then I have my 7 with an upstroke, mute. Then 9th fret, upstroke. Yeah, so that goes. And then I have my 7 with up, down, up. Yeah. Now in the recording, when I was transcribing this, you can hear lots of little noises and things, but this is the main notes that are popping out. So you might hear little muted strings and things because of the big movements that Frusciante's using, but this is what you're wanting to aim for popping out. So that bar sounds like this. Yeah. And then the last bar, take my middle finger and play the C, 8th fret of that E string. And the good thing about this is it now mutes the strings underneath, the A and the D string, so you can get, you know, really dig in with the kind of movements here. So I hit that 8th fret, And then I do my 7/9 again, so downstroke, so it's down, down, down. Then I'm going to do up, down, up in the 8. And then I've got my 7/9 again, so it's up. Yeah, up on the 7, up in the 9. Then I hit the 8th fret twice now. Yeah, actually rhythmically as well, it's an up down there, so rather than doing your up down up, you're just doing up down. So slowly that goes. Okay, and then you start off again. Yeah. Now as the riff gets played through, there might be little variations and things in there, but that's your general gist for the riff. And notice when you're playing it, it feels much better and sounds more authentic if you're making bigger movements with this hand. You can't be doing just kind of plucking it nice and politely. It doesn't sound right. You really want to, I mean, if you see live footage of them playing, he's absolutely, you know, it depends what era you're looking at, but he's absolutely going for it. Yeah, so try and play it like that, because it will really help you work on your left hand dampening, because you'll know when there's other notes and strings ringing out that you don't want. Yeah, so that's it. That's the riff to Can't Stop. It's one of my favourite Chili's riff. Awesome tune. As usual, if you want the Guitar Pro for this, or access to the Sound Slice page so you can see the tab being played along in real time with the video, go and check out Master the Guitar on Patreon. As usual, you can check out Master the Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those places as well. And there's lots of extra lesson materials and things and behind the scenes stuff going on Patreon as well if you're interested in that. So you can check out the link below and see what you think. But as usual, thanks for watching, guys. Have fun with that riff, and I'll hopefully see you soon.